Gennargentu, the Silver Gate. Sardinia's highest massif owes its name to the glittering schist rocks of which it is made up. Its softly winding crests are the result of extremely ancient and violent geological events, repeated episodes of rising and subsiding, and impressive erosion phenomena. The harsh climatic conditions and the hand of man gave the final touch to its appearance, shaping its present form. A soft landscape only at first sight, which seen from close quarters reveals a rugged and wild nature. The steep slopes, clothed in pasture and garrigue, the low mountain vegetation bowed by the wind, the almost impassable rocky declivities and the dark valley bottoms draw hundreds of hikers who find here the ideal backdrop to savor the isolation and solitude typical of the great peaks. There are many unique examples of plant life and endemisms in the area of the Gennargentu, such as the great monumental holy plants on the slopes of Bruncospina, the various species of euphorbia and the charming wild violets. The lower slopes are clothed in holm oak and chestnut woods, whose fruits at one time constituted an important source of food for the local population. As we gradually climb upwards, the vegetation cover changes. The holm oaks and chestnuts are replaced by stands of pubescent oak, often of monumental size and great age, which have escaped the scourge of wildfires and uncontrolled felling. Higher still, the landscape becomes almost alpine. Here, wide open spaces prevail, with scattered low vegetation. Here, the plant cover consists of dwarf juniper, thyme and other plants typical of the mountain's shrubland, interspersed with outcrops of schist, it too shaped by the elements. In the gullies, where in springtime little water flows, we find small stands of black alders. Near these streams we often come upon springs, from which flows clear, limpid water. The route of Trail 721, which can be reached from the Dascoussi Pass, runs parallel to the crest, as a slight lower level, and reaches Arco Gennargentu, a saddle from which we can climb to the peak of Punta la Marmora. A short steep side trail, numbered 721A, brings us to one of the Gennargentu peaks, Bruncospina, the second highest in Sardinia, with its 1,828 meters. From here, the panorama is especially fine, and the visitor's gaze will range far, on fine clear days even catching a glimpse of the sea. On along the main trail, and we come to the ruins of the La Marmora mountain hut, built in 1901 and now a heap of ruins. Close by, the Sardinian Forestry Agency has created a picnic area with fresh water springs and tables. Along Trail 723, we come across the old shipfalls of Ismeriagos. Sheep rearing, which for centuries was the only form of sustenance for the local population, has however produced long-lasting effects on the aspect of the Gennargentu, contributing to the impoverishment of the landscape. Still today, large numbers of livestock graze in the area, hindering reforestation projects. To the south of the Gennargentu, Trail 700 brings visitor to the green depths of the Ente Forest. Here you will find the Sardinian Forestry Agency site, where there are several picnic areas set in a fine wood of holm oaks. This area is marked by the presence of two small limestone outcrops, known as taki, which rise from the vegetation. Gennargentu is the smallest, with its steep and apparently impassable walls. An old mule track will take us to the summit of Sutonie Girgini, the highest of the two taki. This tako stands out in the Gennargentu landscape due to the wood, which climbs almost to its summit, and to the jagged, rough aspect of the limestone rock. From its summit, we can enjoy a fine panoramic view over Bruncospina and the other peaks in the area. The trails of the Gennargentu, managed by the Sardinian Forestry Agency, are all clearly signposted and have panels with information on the characteristics of each trail, duration of the walk and route markings. The map of the trail network, together with other information, is available on the Sardinian Forestry Agency's website and from its local offices.